Now, what happens if we add or subtract a negative number? First thing to remember is that negative has got to do with the opposite. So when we think about positive 5, the opposite is negative 5. So everything to do with adding and subtracting negative numbers has got to do with doing opposites. So, for example, if I add a negative number, what I'm supposed to do is do the opposite to the opposite. So add a negative, what I should do is subtract the positive number. Okay, so let's see how that works. Let's imagine I'm starting with 1. So remember, this was 0, this is 1. And what I want to do is to add negative 3. Okay, so 1 plus negative 3. If I'm adding a negative, I subtract the opposite. So 1 plus negative 3 is the same as 1 minus positive 3. And that's what we did in the last video. So 1 plus negative 3 is the same as 1 minus positive 3. So I'm at 1, I now have to take away 3. So I'm down at minus 2. So 1 plus negative 3 is the same as 1 take away 3, and I'm down here at minus 2. So when you add a negative, you subtract the opposite. Now when you subtract a negative, opposites are really important again. So if I'm going to subtract a negative, instead of subtracting a negative, I'm going to add a positive. Okay, I'm doing the opposite. So to subtract a negative, we add the opposite, add the positive. So let's start with 0. Why not? Start with 0. What I want to do is to take away negative 2. So 0, take away negative 2. I'm supposed to add the opposite. So instead of taking away negative 2, I'm going to add 2. So 0 take away negative 2 is the same as 0 plus 2. So 0 take away negative 2 is really 0 plus the opposite, 0 plus 2, and I end up with 2. Okay? Does that still work if I start with a negative number? So let's just go as far as I can go on this screen, down to minus 2. And what I'll do is I'll take away negative 4. So I'm going to start with negative 2. Now what I want to do is to take away negative 4. If I take away a negative, I add the opposite. So take away negative 4 means add 4. So I'm starting at minus 2 and I add 4. So